Elise, you come down and you see standing in the living room a face you haven't seen in a while. Your mentor.
Okay, he will go down and give her the classic, student greeting.
She responds back to a nod. At least you haven't forgotten how to greet people. That's a surefire way of me being successful. It's been a while, Leash. When I heard you in town, I've been so eager to see you again. You've been keeping up with your magic.
I've been improving. Slowly.
Well, it's always better to go slowly. Quickly leads to more disasters. And am I right to say that the other people in this room and in the other room are your companions?
Yes. On the couch is Quinn. One next to him is Cortana. In the kitchen are the rest.
That is impressive, Elise. And then she kind of turns to her father. Which one is the girl you say he's been eyeing? The one in the kitchen. Ah, gotcha.
What? Okay, we'll never even be able to hear that comment.
Perception.
Just to see if she's just gonna instantly blush. Not instant. God damn it! You and this disadvantage on inside. Come on! I'm waiting on the day he just rolls the duality of man where one side is a nat 1, the other side is a nat 20. I'm waiting on that day. But Nephrite does hear that.
Yes, Nephrite does hear that.
So Holder, you said you wanted some more recommendations for Quinn's workout regimen. Try some push-ups, sit-ups. Oh wait, you have those. Have that too. And now you say you have crunches. Ooh, what about planks? Like she's trying to avoid eyesight right now because she's embarrassed.
Nephrite got EXE not working.
Holnir is just looking at you with half-lidded eyes and a knowing smile.
Shut up. In Dwarvish and as low as you can get. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Not a damn word.
And Ogman's just giving you a sly smirk.
Methinks the fair maiden doth protest too much. Anyway, let's get back to this.
How dare you use Princess Pride against me?
I'll spare you the embarrassment.
How dare you use Princess Pride against me?
So, getting back to Elige and Zezbith. I also been hearing you've been traveling around lately. Seeing new places and friends? Been making new friends? Good. The more experience you have in the world, the better and richer your life is. And judging from your composure, you still need to learn to smile more.
Spock raised eyebrow.
I mean, is she wrong about that though? That was out of character, not in character. Never is so trying not to just look.
Also been starting to hear of your exploits around. Say, saving a town from another town from plants. Taking. Pretty much being almost a wanted fugitive around a town with Mirwood. And helping the nearby town Nagilia. You've been busy.
Just doing what I can to help with my friends.
Good night.
What?
That goes to my mom. 1 second.
But anyway, I'm not here only as a friendly chatter, so I do miss one of my promising students. I came as an errand girl for the council. Your request has fallen through, and they would like to see you see you as soon as possible, Leash. I kind of fired up to help you see him sooner. Otherwise, they would have pushed you for like the next 3 weeks or something.
In which case, we might not have been here. Alright, guys. So let's go talk to the council. I'll at least need you to help the witnesses.
Politics.
I want to be honest, I really don't expect to really convince them to do much of anything, but we gotta try. We've already dealt with one more. They're probably doing everything they can to avoid talk of another one.
Will you be coming back for dinner, Leash?
I plan on that, yes.
Alright, I'll get everything ready so it'll be hot and ready by the time you get back.
So, just, don't go overboard on our behalf. Make sure that you guys are going to be okay for yourselves for a while, too. So.
This is one of the rare times I get to go all out to Leash. Let me enjoy this. As she rushes back into the kitchen. Yeah, Ben.
Does Quinn want or need to stay here? I mean, it's boring politics, so.
I don't mind going. If Shoot. If that's alright.
He isn't going to stop you, but he will let you know that this is very serious.
I think I'll come along with you. You said you needed a witness.
Yes?
Katana, would you like to come along?
Might as well.
Alright. So we get everybody get together. And do you want to do... You want to end the session here? It's like almost time.
Yeah, do you guys want to end the session here, or do you feel like you could go on a little longer?
I'm fine with whichever.
Yeah, but I would say it's if you're okay with sticking around a little longer, Dragon, because I know you usually have a limit.
No, as long as I'm not stuck awake from 3 o'clock in the morning till now, that's when it's hard for me. Insomnia is not fun. All right, so at least go tell the council.
All right, and is Soundwave back?
I'm back.
Yep.
Come back.
Yep. So we're gonna keep going a little bit longer, and before you leave, Yolanda's asking, "Can I keep the birdie?"
Sadly, no, you can't keep the bird, but whenever all this is over, I can make you a bird.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You promise?
I promise.
And she goes of Zuri, and Zuri is giving the most deadpan, exhausted look you've ever received.
Or just roughly flying back over the neck height. It perches on her shoulder. It's one gathering on the sidebar. Just on your comment. We're going to council.
Pardon?
Are we going to go through the elders?
Yes, you are, and this is going to be Theater of the Mind.
Okay.
As you guys walk in and see all these desks of various heights to fit gnomes, halflings, and or humanoids. You see a section where you see 3 humanoids sit pretty high up. One you can tell is an alto gnome with like wrinkles and bags of skin on his face. Silver white hair that is thinning and a long red rope. The second one you see a much younger gnome, but still more in like his 30s and 40s with jet black hair with a streak of green in it and a curly black goatee on set on his sturdy chin, with a blue suit and a blue and gold sash. And the last one is a halfling woman with curly hair, an official office-looking suit dress that is magenta with purple swirls in it. Hello there, young ones. You seek our counsel. As to what nature, I cannot say. Please, speak your mind so we can finish this as quickly as possible.
So these will stand up and bow politely to each one of them.
Ah, yes. You're the deep mental boy, the one that helped out a lot when the Elmore Forest attacked us. It's a pleasure to see you alive and well.
Yes. It is my hope that my endeavors, along with those of my companions, has made it to where there won't be another attack from the forest on Highmore. But the actions and behavior of the King of Celius is concerning to me.
Yes.
And he will tell them what he knows of the activities that have been reported to us about the different towns that have been overrun or even destroyed. We actually witnessed the siege and capture of, and I forget the name of the dang town,
Ilya?
where we were at with the dragon.
Lestalem.
Lestalem.
So,
So we'll say that. And
Yes.
I report from a rather knowledgeable temporary ally indicated that was in part planned by the leaders of Celius, each one of them. I would not want this beautiful town and these lovely people to be endangered, so I do my best to bring you this warning. I have no advice for where to go, because making another town would simply make it to where it would be found again. So you would have to decide as the elders and as a community what was the best course of action.
This is, of course, if you assume we believe you. These are serious accusations you bestow, especially on the ruler of Alphateria. Now, due to your service and your family and your long years with us, we have no reason to not believe you. But to go against the king like this, or even in a way question his allegiance, it is frightening. And we can't all pack up and leave with nowhere to go or no direction what to do.
Bass is offering refuge to any that wish to go there, as much as they can provide. But other than that, I unfortunately don't have the means to bring you solid evidence in the fact that I'm not able to transport, large numbers of, corpses.
Why are you always on the grim side, young man?
Is it grim, or is it just acknowledging the truth? And it seems grim to everyone else because they don't want to look at it.
We are a community where we usually believe that we don't bother anything outside our community. They don't bother us. But for the past couple of weeks, we know that it's not true anymore. But there's only so much we can do. We're all farmers and shop owners. We're not great warriors like you, Elish. In this situation, I believe it is best that we just lay our head down low and wait for the storm to pass.
Hopefully the storm doesn't destroy you all. I do hope to return and find you all happy and healthy.
Thank you for your warning, Elish. We will take everything you said into consideration and decide what is best for our community. You are dismissed.
Sage will bow, gesture to his companions, and depart.
And do you guys go back to the house?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and as soon as you get back, you can already start smelling dinner getting ready in the oven.
Zuri's just gonna stay in the living room, right on top of the fireplace. Just nope, I'm not going back in there. A child's hugs is deadly. And the part will sit right back down next to Elish.
Once everybody has returned to the table, he will softly talk to them all. We need to decide rather quickly which is the higher priority. Going after the hidden relic, or dealing with the king and the prince. I think things are going to start ramping up, coming to a head soon. And I don't think even Boss is going to be ready once the king thinks that he's ready. We've seen the kind of things that they have tried to make. We were lucky find those siege machines and shut them down. That's not going to stop him from trying other methods to accomplish the same goal. However, they are getting magic. They aren't afraid to use it. From destroying a town to transforming people, whatever it takes, they're willing to do. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, if we have time before we make a move against Celius, do we know anything else about the artifacts we still need to find?
Not much.
Well, we know that. Well, we know
only-
the king has one of them.
Right. The king has one, and the other one is hidden.
And that is Mistress artifact.
Yes. It's not going to be easy finding something that the goddess of magic wants to keep hidden.
It's not exactly all that hidden.
You know something, Nefred?
Not me exactly. You.
Me?
Savras, and now that I said his name out loud, I know you're listening. Thank you, by the way. The god of divination and faith came to me in a dream last night. And through his divination, he helped me find two things. One thing was regarding Mistress artifact, if I'm piecing it together correctly. And he was complaining about your goddess being too quote unquote obvious. He hinted that you might know something.
I don't. I only met Mistra once, and that's when I possessed this body. I don't know much about her. Anything at all.
If it wasn't regarding you, it's sure as heck not regarding me. He said somebody in the party knows where it is. The first person that ran through my head was you, since you're a follower of her. Second choice was Holmir because he traveled longer than all of us.
Let me be clear, Nephrite. Aerith followed her, not me, and now that I'm using her body, it's kind of it took over her life.
The side wasn't towards you. I'm not like that with you. It's me trying to understand a divination from the very same source of magic that is highly not clear. It's so muddled and mucky, I thought I was looking at a swamp. Welcome back. What on earth are we missing about her Nephra's gonna look back on the study notes and regarding just Mistress section, which sadly the player never made, but Nephrite and her personality she made. So with her looking at her notes, do I need to roll a history or religion check to find some hidden detail that we may have missed?
That would be religion.
I can't do anything with good or neutral gods, but I can do great with evil. Why should genius make that a 19?
Right, so you know in your notes that Mistra is the mother of all magic. She helped defend magic, and she is the founder of Greymore, the city that vanished. As much as she likes to share her gifts to the people, she always likes some of the quiet things in life too, like walking, stargazing under her favorite tree, and reading.
Yeah, Greymore is no longer here. It's now on the mortal plane. It's possibly in the Feywild or something. But she wouldn't have any control over the Feywild, nor would she possibly be welcome there without Corellin or somebody else's permission in his court. God damn. I hate you for this, Kat. I think I pieced it together, but I hate you.
Could it possibly be in the dream realm?
Mister doesn't have any sway in the dream realm. And Kat, I may have pieced it together. If I'm right, I hate you. If I'm wrong, that means I'm digging too much. What is the history of Greymore?
Pardon?
What is the history of Greymore?
Greymore is the city of magic. It is do a history check for me, please.
Will do.
Alright, so Greymore is the city of magic. However, unlike other cities that spread out between land and walls, this city is a city inside a tree. With a couple of little houses here and there. Anyone you would know that from all your research you've done that anyone who wants learn anything from magic can go there to learn from the very best and perform at the very best. And they have a great it says they have a great connection with magical creatures too.
You son of a bitch! So I was wrong on who would know where it is. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
No, you don't.
I love you too.
It's not Cortana that would know where it is. By the description in the history of Greymore, Elise would know where it is. Based off of that description, He has a great knowledge of magic. Between him and Upright, he has more magic than her. A great connection with woodland creatures. Where exactly is Haymore again? And what is Uba? An amalgamation of different creatures. And he learned magic from the very best. Jay! What was his mentor?
You know, Lise would look at her like, if you're saying that out loud, up until I left to go to town where we all met, I haven't ever left Highmore.
Greymoor's in a tree. Greymoor's in a tree.
It doesn't mean that the tree is in the forest near here. It could be in any one of the forests.
Well, if it wasn't a big tree, then we just simply look for old maps.
Do I have a copy of the old map from when we were in the library in Nemia?
Yes.
I'm looking at it.
Old maps usually show illustrations of trees when it
Yep,
comes to
I see it.
It also depends on how long ago Greymore was in the world. When did it disappear? And is the map that we have that old?
At least it's a starting point.
I'm pulling up both maps side by side.
that. Looking at both maps,
Yep,
wouldn't that be near? Wouldn't that be the Borewoods?
Exactly.
and I know I'm speaking out of character with this, but that clue, my little people, surrounded by little people and creatures with tails, wings, and many legs, and someone we know has them under her care. Who do we know?
Lorelei, baby! I was thinking that, and it clicked! It clicked, that's why I gasped at that, saying, oh no, you don't mean. It's up to you how you interpret it. It's Lorelei.
Yep, I didn't want to say because it was in the dream world, so I couldn't say anything. I know.
So we're in the polar opposite. I'm mad at myself even more. I am mad at myself even more.
I wouldn't be mad at we didn't know.
No, but here's the thing. I'm looking at both maps. We were right by the tree. We were right by the tree because if you compare the maps together, the tree was originally in the outskirts of the lane.
Yep.
No. That would be the southern tip of the Borewoods.
And we were right by it.
Right next, neighbors to what would be Muirwood.
Right under our noses.
Well, that's the thing about. That's the thing about. But that's the thing. Maps get rewritten all the time.
Mm-hmm. Rewritten and changed. I remember.
So when the giant tree of Greymore disappeared and left only that copse of trees, they just changed it and didn't make a market.
There was nothing nothing there to mark a place of interest. So they noted the fact that the woods were there, but not that there was anything of interest in that location. So the question still remains:
it was hiding.
which do we want to do? Do we try to go after Mister's item, or do we try to find a way to get into Celis in the hopes of confronting the king and or prince? We're probably only going to be able to deal with, we're only going to be able to deal with one at a time.
Yeah, but are we actually prepared for facing the king at this point?
I don't know if we'll ever be prepared. He's wielding an object of power that I don't know if we have the means to counter.
Then shouldn't we go after Mistra's artifact so we can have a power that might counteract it?
And then we're carrying an item of power where if he defeats us, he gets that in addition to what he has.
And we just won't lose.
It is a conundrum.
And me, as well as Nephrite, is just looking through her project journal. And I also need to take a look at the thing with the private sanctum.
Holnir grabs the old map and takes a look at it while she's doing that.
There's 3 items that I need to make. In Boss for the party before we go anywhere near Celis. It won't help us get in, but once we are in, it should help us get around with less problems. Getting in will be the hardest part, because they have so many different security measures.
Another thing we need to, well, if we ever have time to do it, we need to get that emblem onto the mech dragon, so we take care of that, but that's going to take a while.
Emblem?
So many things to do.
The emblem of Bahamut that Vasio gave me before they left. And there's nothing in my journal that can help us in any matter against an item of power such as what the king may have.
Does anyone have a more recent map?
I do. Why?
Well, I'm just checking things.
Nephrite gives Holnir the more recent map.
Thank you. Strange. Very strange.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'm just noting how different this is compared to what we have now. Nindus used to be part of the continent. And if you look up here in the northeast, there's this big lake, but in the newer map, it's not there. And the Serpent Stream, that's new. And the Venom Mire, it used to stretch out longer. what could it could simply have been time changing things, or something else.
Like
Not
what?
knowing what that is. I mean, I don't want to make too many speculations.
I just find it interesting. History is very interesting.
Yes.
Now that I would agree is both interesting and frustrating.
I just talk to a Longbeard for a couple minutes and you'll have the same reaction.
I still think we should try to get Mistress Artifact first. We still have a whole month to wait for our acquaintance to help us with the king, so we still got time.
Oh,
I thought we only had a few weeks.
The problem, well, no, we have. He did extend it, so I think it's still a month. And I'm going to need probably the majority of that time to create the items for the individuals. For honestly, haven't really made these kind of items, so I don't know how long it's going to take me.
Okay.
So
While I'm also on board, you first.
Okay, yeah, it's going to probably take me the majority of the month to make those items, and I will need also helping Trellis in order to effectively, help pay for the expense of making the items. Go ahead.
I'm on board with finding Mistress Item. However, it's going to take a lot of time and a whole lot of luck to get even a fragment of information on where it could be. And that whole lot of luck almost got used up by me just randomly talking to the god of divination.
Well, it is known for the gods to want to help us. It is in their best interest to do so. They don't want her freeing the world any more than we
I almost want to go back to Agna. Wait a second. I want to take a risk, but it's a big risk.
if you're wanting to go back and talk to him in person, I think he's pushing his luck as it is.
Not talk to him directly. His book.
Yeah. You have to figure out how to use the book. Obviously, it's probably a spell book, but
Yet it also answers any question only once a day.
yeah.
So in other words, we gotta stop in Boss to use it.
We have to go there anyway.
Well, yes, it's a good stop so that we can get a good swing around and try to make our way down to the southwest to where the tree was.
Or hopefully is.
Yeah.
And from the kitchen, you will hear dinner. Hope you're hungry. As she comes in and puts a large, roasted bird on the table,
Oh, jeez.
and
You dealing chicken, hen, turkey?
it is turducken.
Ooh.
And you see
All
the
right.
rest of her children come in with like plates of both roasted potatoes and mashed potatoes, honey glazed carrots, Brussels sprouts with bacon, a sort of pesto pasta, some nice fluffy buns, a number of drinks at people's disposal, mostly juices, water, and a sort of ale, but not the kind of ale you would get at a bar, like low class ale.
Also, not the ale that Holnir would drink.
Yeah, not the good stuff. Just more of the affordable stuff. And of course, they invited Alicia's mentor to join them for dinner, and she nonchalantly sits between Nephrite and Holnir and kind of scoots Nephrite more closer to Alicia.
Ah!
Well, Nephrite just lightly blushes.
Yep.
You're white, Nephrite?
Well, yes, shush. Just enjoy your turducken. While the player's looking at a right smack bottom.
Yep. And everyone says they're gonna try to like camp out at the garden tonight.
Either camp out in the garden via tiny hut, or just pop a squat in the private sanctum. Either way.
Yep, so yeah, Liege will put up the tiny hut in the garden so that everybody can relax. And we will let Holnir know that please not dig a hole here.
And have manners.
Yep. And I think with that we will call it for the night, and we will resume next week in the morning.
Okay.
Yes.
Elise is willing to spend a day or two here, but he does want to head out very soon. He won't leave immediately, but he doesn't want to be here very long.
Which means, yay, you probably can go sightseeing.
Yeah, you can get a town. You can get a day in the town to go sightseeing.
Yeah, Zuri just still staying in the house, just away from the kids. Even though he's been dealing with one for months.
So what'd you guys think of this chapter?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
It was heartwarming.
He's good.
Yep.
It was so sweet.
Don't forget Quinn.
And Jojo, what the hell did you send me? Oh, you sent me a bunch of teas.
The caramel teas. It took me a while to find that on frickin' Amazon.
Oh shit, it's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's an English thing. And there goes Selector.
I'll move Selector. I'll move Quinn into the circle.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm kicking myself for that one clue with the tall wooden door that has no doorknob. That's where the tree is. Gosh darn it!
Dude!
Like, I'm giving you so many hits! Use your brains!
What do you think I was doing, woman? I was using my brain that led me through so many different avenues. It didn't lead me to that avenue. Because you said, oh, 1% in your party knows where it is. Hey, that was fine. People are doing things. Then you told me about a history check when I was trying to get history of Haymore, you said Greymore. Thank you for catching that. And you said it was a giant tree where all the great wizards who want to see magic go be trained by the best of the best. That led me to either Cortana or a leaf, since those two are our biggest magic users. And they have a great connection with creatures. That solidified a leash for me because of his connection with Uba and the way that he shapeshifts.
You're kind of muffled.
I don't know why. It's my headset.
Yeah, but when I heard Sabro say that, I immediately knew that it was referring to the that are now under the care of the Lotus House.
The orphans.
Yes.
Yes. The ones the orphans I knew right then and there. But Mistress. Dad, you love seeing me salty, don't you?
Maybe. But
he thinks it's just a byproduct. He thinks it's just a byproduct of her storytelling.
It's a byproduct of her storytelling, but yet she loves the salts for me. She can get one over me. While just early on in this campaign, I've been getting on her and always getting 1 or 2 steps ahead. Now she's doing it to me.
You should know me and my ability to play the long game.
Yeah, and immediately with me when it comes to clues, when I hearing the tall wooden door, that was a little vague for me. But then when you brought up the tree, I was like, oh, that's what it was. Okay, it takes me a little longer to piece things together.
So this session was wholesome. Even though I wasn't able to listen in on some of it because I was jumping up and down to help my mom. I almost thought somebody was snoring. That's just jovial. And we finally got to meet the whole family. Yes!
Mine's one sister.
Mine is one sister. We shall save the missing sister.
Yep.
If we can figure out where she is.
Yeah, and what was the name of the sister that was hugging Zuri?
Yolana.
Yeah. When Yolana was hugging Zuri, all I could visualize was frickin' Elmira. Like, no, please don't make fan art of that.
Then put that in my head now.
Sorry.
Because I grew up with Tiny Toons. I used to love Tiny
Me
Toons, but
too. Me
Elmira was
too.
my most hated character. It was
Yeah, I
funny
still
enough
can't
that she
believe.
was supposed to be a villain.
To be honest, for that kind of
Uh-huh.
moment, I was thinking more of Dora from Finding Nemo.
No, that would be even worse. Darla.
Ugh. I haven't watched really. I know what character you're talking about, even though I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen Finding Nemo?
I'm sorry. I kind of most of my exposure to Disney movies was pre CGI. I'm sorry.
You know what? Fair, and that was my favorite moment for Disney, just pre CGI. But Finding Nemo was early 2000s.
Yes, I know. I haven't been to I haven't watched a I haven't gone to a theater to watch a Disney movie since on my own since the 90s, and the last one I went to in the theater with my rest of my family was Brave.
Oh, that was a good one too. And also, you have the chance to see pretty much any Disney movie in the theaters right now because of Disney's 100th anniversary. Every movie theater around the world is playing one or majority of Disney movies.
Yep, I gotta check Fathom events because they usually do special screenings and all that. So
Yeah.
I'll
One
look into
CGI
that.
movie I totally recommend you watching in theaters. Inside Out.
Ooh,
Yes.
yep.
Actually, Inside Out is supposed to be coming out in 2024.
Yeah, admittedly, there is one Disney movie I've been wanting to see, but I never had the chance. The Aristocats.
That's an old one.
Plus, I have Disney Plus. If I can get it on my computer, I will stream it one day.
Well, I can, if I can, the last time I saw it on someone selling it was in Walmart. I gotta wait for it to be in stock. But we all know there's one Disney movie that we'll never see on Blu-ray. We all know which one.
Yep. Song of the South.
Yep, and that always makes me think, why did Splash Mountain exist?
At the time, it was very popular and very memorable. It didn't really click on people that it was highly racist until it was far too late.
Yep.
Yep.
And now
But
they're shutting
actually,
now they're shutting down Splash Mountain to reframe it to The Princess and the Frog.
Yep.
Oh, it's been shut down.
Yep. But the thing is, I actually read the synopsis of Song of the South. Apparently, it's kind of one of the kids on the plantation is trying to run away from home, and Uncle Remus tells him the tall tales of Brer Rabbit. And the basic theme is like, the place where you belong is closer than you think. It's just the time period where the movie takes place is a problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
again, great message, beautiful synopsis, wrong time and setting, while also just still wrong setting and time frame. If you did it closer to the modern time, then maybe.
Yeah, but here's the thing, those
stereotypes
and all that is a part of history, and it shouldn't be ignored.
Yeah, like one of Disney's other movies, not Rosa Parks. There was another movie that Disney did about a black girl going into a white school for the first time, and one of the kids actually called her the N-word.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you mean the movie that was based off of the first black child in a white school? That was all the way back in Alabama.
Yep, that was a Disney movie. And it's still on Disney
Yeah.
Plus, and they don't censor that at all.
Yep, and one of these days I will look at it. But my favorite movie that Disney has made when it comes down to racial profiling or just racism in general, this is one I highly recommend for anybody to see. Colors to Friendship. It's
Oh,
a
I
DCOM
remember
movie.
that.
It's a Disney Channel movie, but I still love it to this day. It's one of my favorites. Also, how the hell we get on the topic of Disney from this section?
I don't know. And I just want to point out, I actually did. Actually, when the last time I went to Disney World, I did go on Splash Mountain, and that was about 30 years ago.
No, I can't even say I'm a baby of the group. That is still selected to this day. But in this call, I'm a baby. Because I've never been to Disney World nor Disneyland, but yet I was literally 4 train stops away from Disneyland. And every time my ship went out to sea and we would have to refuel or get ammunition, we would always get it from a base called Seal Beach. And guess how far away it was from Anaheim?
Seal Beach isn't all that far.
It's not. It's 45 minutes away.
Oof.
I miss going to Disney
For eight-
World. It holds a very, very special part of my family. That's pretty much why I grew up a Disney kid.
Storm. You know what to do for whenever you're ready to propose, right? You know what to do, right?
Gosh, don't. Yeah. Jeez Louise.
You know I tease because I love.
Yes, and you know, I just want to say that, you know, you guys when he was bringing up that now that Nephrite and Elish have met each other's parents. So far, I've met Kat's parents. She needs to meet my father now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know something? Sound?
Yes.
You're gonna be mad at me for this.
What?
I live about 26, about a half an hour from Disneyland.
You lucky son of a bitch! Hang on, wait, you live in California?
Yeah, SoCal. I live in Santa Ana.
Dude! My base was Naval Base San Diego! I wasn't that far away from you!
That's about an hour trip down south.
But still! Oh my god, we could have met while I was in the Navy! Oh my god!
Oh, you want to talk about obscure Disney movies? You ever heard of the Computer Wore tennis shoes?
Yes!
Do you know who?
Wasn't it one of the original animators from the Tron cartoon all the way back in the 80s?
No, this was a live action movie. I think from the 60s.
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Yep, and some high school student gets electrocuted and somehow gets like a computer, like a really high computer like brain, and he's played by Kurt Russell.
Why does that name sound familiar? Why the hell does that name sound familiar?
Yeah, well, he would go on to play the adult copper in Fox and the Hound, but he did a lot of action movies like during the 80s, I think. But the villain in that movie, Cesar Romero. The Joker from Batman 66.
God
The Adam West
dang
one.
it.
And the only Joker that had a mustache.
Now I know why he's so familiar. Kurt Russell, not Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero, I know about Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
But Kurt Russell, you want to know how he's familiar to me?
Ow.
He was the freaking villain of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
He was Star-Lord's dad.
Oof. And mentioning Fox and the Hound, I just can't believe some of the cast in that movie. Like Amos Slade was Jack Albertson from Willy Wonka.
Oh shit!
Let's see, Boomer the Woodpecker. That was Paul Winchell, aka Tigger.
I call bullshit on that one. I call massive bullshit.
Yeah, you know, oh, that's him, Tiki. Yeah, that's the same voice.
Oh my god, Kurt Russell was in another obscure dumb Disney movie. Do you guys remember Sky High?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
Yep.
no, you mean he was the dad?
Yeah, in Sky High.
Yep.
I used to love Sky High.
Yep, it also had Bruce Campbell and Wonder Woman in there.
Yeah, Linda Carter.
Oh my god, I used to love Sky High.
Oh my gosh. And now I just thought about this one. I don't remember if it was in the theaters, but I saw it on video. I think it came out during either the late 70s or early 80s. Condor Man.
I remember commercials about it, but I never saw it.
Yeah, it's about a news reporter who's aspiring to be a comic book artist, and that's the name of his character. But it turns out it's also the code name for a CIA agent, and this woman who's who's trying to escape from Russian spies is trying to find in contact with this Condor Man, but she finds the reporter, thinks he's the guy, and just a whole bunch of like Cold War shenanigans.
Found it. Found that movie you guys were talking about earlier.
Pause it, send it.
Ruby
Yeah,
Bridges.
Computer War Tennis.
Oh,
What?
Ruby
What was it?
Bridges.
Oh, Sky High.
Yeah, Ruby Bridges, 1998 television film written by Tony Ann Johnson. And based on the true story of Ruby Bridges, one of the first black students to attend integrated schools in New Orleans.
Oh, I thought that was all the way in Alabama. Thank you for the correction.
In 1960.
Yeah, so at the time, it would have made sense for them to say the N word. And holy shit, Kurt Russell is 4 inches taller than me.
And back to Fox and the Hound. I still get all the I just love the fact that young Copper was voiced by Corey Feldman.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I can't keep track.
Oh, you want to hear
of
something even funnier? The first voice acting job from Mark Hamill was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Genie. It was kind of like
Sorry, Dragon. We're just talking about movies and different TV shows and actors. Sorry.
It's even funnier that Mark actually sang the opening theme. Like, what?
Oh, Genie. Yeah.
Which genie? The
I dream of Genie.
Yeah, but Hanna-Barbera made a cartoon where the master was a teenager named Cody, and he was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Oh my god.
Corey.
And Genie had an apprentice genie named Babu.
But I'm gonna call it here because A, my stomach is giving me the rumblies, and B, I have 2 friends that want to do something with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because of the DLC with the The minigame Ogre Elston.
The DLC story
Yeah, I saw
sucks.
I saw the message you sent me.
And respond when you can.
Gotcha.
All
But
right.
until next week, I will bid you all adieu.
Good
And
night.
now, say again?
Next week I'll probably be a little late because I'll be coming back from an in-person game.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. And now,
night, guys.
thanks to Cat,
Oh, sorry.
my brain's gonna be, thanks to Cat, my brain's gonna be buzzing this week. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're gonna really miss on not being able to be in my next campaign.
Is that what you're gonna play your revenge on me, Dragon?
What's that? Oh, I'm not out for revenge.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I want to make things interesting and challenging. So I just thought that Soundwave would really enjoy the challenge of the game, but their schedule is just too busy.
Schedule's just a bit shoddy. Because you guys play on Wednesdays at around 2 for me?
So, yeah, let's see. 11 o'clock would be 1 p.m. Central.
Yeah, that would be 2 p.m. East.
You're from Mountain.
2 p.m.
You're talking about for Mountain, right?
Mountain, it'd be noon. Mountain time.
Right, because you're Pacific. So yeah, it'll be 1 for me and 2 for Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't do that. I can't join because I work from 10 to 4 Eastern. So it's like I wish I could, but oh well.
I give you hugs.
And just an hour into you guys playing, I have class.
Yeah.
But in any case, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I gotta turn in. So night, guys.
Yeah. So you Betty bye.
Yep. Thank you. Night.
Good night.
Welcome. Night.